Hey guys, I'm back for another video, and welcome to another recording tutorial for OBS. Now, I've already released one tutorial, but by far the most common comment on the video has been, why is it not working? My screen is completely black. Now, that makes a lot of sense for someone that just installed this program, because most of the time they're using programs that they haven't set up with OBS yet. So again, I'm going to take this very slowly and I'm going to show you how all this works. So warning, it's going to be a tunneling effect because I am recording with OBS. Woo! 1080p 60 FPS. And let's get started with this. So let's just say, I don't know, File Explorer, right? I want to record this for whatever reason. So what I'm going to do is go over to this, and I'm going to add window capture because it's a window, and then I'll call it File Explorer. You have to do this for each and every separate window. So if I were to open Minecraft right now, that'd be something separate. Steam, another separate thing. Right now I have it set to record my entire monitor. So here we go, window, this PC. See, it says up here, this PC. So that makes sense. Boom. So now, File Explorer is open. So as you can see, if I move it in, whoop, it just disappeared. If I move it in out of the screen even, you can still see what I'm doing because this is on my second monitor right now, believe it or not. So, yeah, it displays it in the little corner here. And of course, I can get rid of that, or I can fit it to screen by doing this. That's another common question, is how do you get it to fill the screen? Alright, so that's example 1. So let's get rid of this because I don't need to record File Explorer. Let's do something a bit more common, like Minecraft. So, let's open up the game. Running Optifine, all that good stuff. And alright, we have Minecraft open. And for argument's sake, I'm going to put it on the second monitor so you don't see a tunneling effect, because that'd be really weird. So, what we do now is we right click, add game capture, and then I'm going to call it Minecraft. And then it says here, application Java W Minecraft 1.8.3. And it gives you, if you click on this drop down menu, it gives you all the different windows you could be recording right now. I could record Skype, Audacity, Sony Vegas, and anything I have open really. So let's do Minecraft now, right? And there you go, Minecraft pops up in the middle of the screen. So there's example number 2. Now let's do another thing, just to be absolutely sure. Let's record Chrome, right? So I'm going to put this on my second monitor, and just so that you guys don't think I'm adding it in the video, there you go, it's still kind of sticking out of the monitor here. So now I'm going to do, actually let's get rid of this new Minecraft thing, because I already have one for Minecraft, so remove you. And then we'll do add window capture because it's not a game. I think window capture does work on games as well, but don't quote me on that. Okay, I'm going to call it Chrome. Oh, I already have one for Chrome. Chrome 2. And then it says window, Google Chrome. And you can also set it to record the inner window or the entire window. And by entire window, it also means this outer edge here. So that's all I want to do there. I can just be like Bing. And then as you can see, bleh. And then as you can see here, I am recording it, and you can see kind of a weird doubling effect here because it's on the primary monitor, but there you go. So now that's on my second monitor. I could, of course, I don't know what this is, celebrating Frederick Douglass. Oh, there you go. Okay, so yeah, you can record Chrome this way. Now, if you have any other problems, and again, you have to select it in here, otherwise, like, for example, monitor, if I just did this, black screen, of course. So be 100% sure that you have something selected, and if you're not recording something, say if I had Fallout selected but wasn't recording it, you don't want to have that selected because then it's constantly searching for a window which decreases performance. So make sure you're only selecting what you're recording. So hopefully this tutorial cleared up some things, and if not, then make sure to comment down below and I'll see how to fix your problem because I have quite a bit of experience with this program, so it shouldn't be too difficult of a task to get it to work. So that's it. So, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys later.
Hey guys, welcome back. This is Bernard from the BTN HD, and I've been playing around with OBS because I've been streaming a lot at twitch.tv at my channel. Hopefully you guys go follow me because I've been doing a lot of gameplay as well as tech stuff. And for some reason I've been playing around and I have my image and I have the video card, which basically the video card is the camera. But I'm using the camera right now, so you guys can't really see. I'm using the camera. And the monitor capture is the desktop, and it's not viewing it at all. It just gives you like a black screen. So apparently there's an issue with the NVIDIA card, and this particular version. Click on the desktop. You guys want to go into the NVIDIA control panel.
Hey guys, I'm back for another video, and welcome to another recording tutorial for OBS. Now, I've already released one tutorial, but by far the most common comment on the video has been, why is it not working? My screen is...
It's time for Nerdgasm!
Hey, what's up guys? Jerry here, aka Barnacles, and in this episode of Tech Tip, I will be showing you how to set up your very first live stream on either the Twitch TV or YouTube live streaming networks. Now, this doesn't require any prior knowledge of how to live stream, and we will be working with a software package that is completely free and open source even. So if you cannot figure out how to set up a live stream at the end of this tutorial, then I am a horrible teacher. Now, there are a lot of different software packages that you can use for live streaming. Stuff like XSplit, the built-in NVIDIA experience. You can also use Steam, even has live streaming capabilities. But they're all severely limited in the personalization of that live stream. And they're more just focused towards just streaming the gameplay and your voice. And there's some other elements that I like to add to that. So my favorite software that I use is called Open Broadcaster Software. And it's actually freely available, open source, and on GitHub. So it's actually a really great software package. And you never have to pay a dime for it. Now, there's two versions of this tool available. There's the OBS Classic version, which is what I will be using in this tutorial, but it's only available on Windows. If you're on OS X on a Mac or on Linux, you're going to need to use the new OBS Studio. But just be warned, I did try OBS Studio before shooting this tutorial, and I ran into some resolution problems with the VM. So it looks like they still got some bugs and kinks that they need to work out. But if you are on OS X or Linux, by all means, download Studio, and you'll still be able to follow along. Most of everything I'm going to do is still going to apply. Once you open OBS, you'll notice the UI is actually pretty plain. It just says not streaming. You have some boxes down at the bottom of the screen that are for your scenes and your sources. And then you have a whole bunch of buttons in the lower right for starting your streaming, starting your local recording, previewing the stream, editing the stream, and so on. And we're going to walk through each one of those. Now you'll notice if we just click preview stream, we just get a black box. That's all you get. So if you were live streaming right now, you would be live streaming absolutely nothing but the voice, because if you look down here at the little microphone, you can see the meters going up and down as I'm talking, because my voice is actually mapped because it's using the default microphone on the system. You can opt to change that to something else if you want, but that's the default configuration. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do here is we want to add a source to our scene. So we're going to right click on the sources box, we're going to go to add, and you see you can capture windows, you can capture a monitor, you can put an image on there, you can put text over it. You can even do video capture devices like webcams and capture cards. So we're going to do a video capture device. We're going to just call this webcam. And then you can see a list of drop downs. This system only has one webcam attached. attached to it, so I'm going to go ahead and just select that as the default, but you can add as many webcams as you want. Now we're going to go ahead and leave the audio input device to disabled, but if you were using the internal microphone on the webcam, you could select it directly. But we're going to leave that disabled because I'm actually using a microphone plugged in through USB. Okay, let's go ahead and hit push OK. Hey, look, I'm back. So let's say that I want a scene where it's just me. So when I'm doing my live stream, let's say during game loading menus and stuff, I just want you guys to see me. I will set up this scene as just that. So we're going to go ahead and rename scene, just so I know what it is. And we're just going to say full webcam. Doesn't matter. You can type in whatever you want. And now I'm going to create a new scene. I'm going to right click on this box, say add another scene, and we're going to call this gameplay with webcam. So now I have 2 scenes in my project. So you can see gameplay with webcam has nothing. Full webcam has me. See? Nothing. And I can switch between them while I'm live streaming, which is really cool. All right, so now I want to add a source. So we're going to go ahead and add my webcam again. So go to video capture devices. And we'll just do webcam again. You can also create something called a global source so you can keep reusing it so you don't have to go through this whole process over and over again. But for the sake of this demonstration, I'm just going to do it. Now, there's another button called Edit Scene. When you click Edit Scene down here at the bottom of the screen, you get a light red box around the video. And what this allows you to do is drag it and resize it. So now I can put my video down here if I want. I can put my video up here if I want. But then we just got a black screen back here. So we actually need some gameplay now. So let's go ahead and open a game. I'm going to open up Castle Crashers. Okay, now before I start the game, I'm going to hold down the Alt key and press Enter, which is going to make the game go into a windowed mode. Now, you can also Alt-Tab out of the game, but I find this method works best. Now we're going to go ahead and get OBS back up on the screen. And we're going to add a source. We're going to right-click inside sources and say Add Game Capture. And we're going to call this Castle Crashers. And you can see it already knows that Castle Crashers is the game that's focused, the last thing that I use. So I'm going to go ahead and just click OK. And now you can see that Castle Crashers is actually inside the box. You see that? It's running in the background, and it's running in my broadcaster. Now my webcam got overwritten. You can see because Castle Crashers is at the top of sources. So I'm going to click on webcam. I'm going to right click and say order and say move up. And there's my webcam again. So now I actually have a webcam on top of the scene.
Test. Test.
Is actually inside. The box. You see that? It's running in the background, and it's running in my broadcaster. Now, my webcam got overwritten. You can see because Castle Crashers is at the top of sources. So I'm going to click on webcam. I'm going to right-click and say order and say move up. And there's my webcam again. So now I actually have a webcam on top of the scene. Now, a cool tip that I want to show you guys is if you hold down, you have to be in the edit scene mode. So see this little edit scene button down here? You want to make sure you're in the edit scene mode. You're going to hold down the Alt key and grab the edge, and you can drag it in. See how I'm cropping it? It's not resizing it, it's cropping it. So if you hold the Alt key, you can do this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to crop it in on that side. I'm going to hold the Alt key and drag it on the other side. Hold the Alt key down here at the bottom, drag that up a little bit. And what I'm doing is just trying to get as much of my face in there as possible without the surrounding information. That way we're just not taking up a lot of the screen real estate. So this is probably the default live stream that most of you guys see. And what I can do is during loading screens, I can go ahead and just click full webcam, and it'll switch back to me in full frame. Now I apologize for the lag, guys. Again, I'm doing this on a VM on your computer. It's not going to be that laggy. So now I can talk to you guys, I can talk to the audience, I can field questions while things are loading, and then when the game is ready to go again, I just click on gameplay with webcam, and it'll go back to that scene. See, here I am. Now, obviously, when you're inside of a game and playing it, it's going to be really hard to have to Alt-Tab out and change the scene, so you can use hotkeys. So what I can do is right-click on full webcam, and I can go down to Set Hotkey. So I'm going to set my hotkey on this one, and you can see it switched the options in here. Don't let it overwhelm you. So what we want to start with is encoding. Now, under encoding options, the default is going to be 1,000 kilobytes per second. Now, what you want to do is figure out how much upstream bandwidth you have. So I recommend going to a site like speedtest.net and conducting a speed test to figure out how much upload bandwidth you have. Then, because you're going to be playing a game, factor in that you're probably going to need some of that bandwidth for the game itself. So dial it back drive. So if you're recording like a Let's Play video or stream keys, the video is your stream op inside of OBS. This is important. Once you put your stream key in this box, the one you can't see monetization your viewers, and set up all have stream key. Now this is the most important part stream to all video. Go ahead and set it. Again, guys, I cannot 80 by 720 if you don't have a lot of upload bandwidth or you want to do 60 frames per second and 1080p can't handle it, either because of your system or your internet connection. I recommend that you play with all of these settings. Your broadcast, go to your encoding, play with the bit rate. Make sure you get a bit rate where you're not dropping packets, and we'll talk about that here in a little while. And then make sure that you have a video quality that your users want. Honestly, 1280 by 720 is going to be crisper than 1080p at a lower bit rate because you're not going to have all those compression artifacts. So figure out what you can do comfortably and feel out your viewers. Also, and make sure that they're enjoying the stream and that the content is good. And if they're giving you feedback and you're seeing a lot of people say, oh, the video's skipping, the video's chugging, then go back and reevaluate those settings. It is a little bit of trial and error depending on internet connection and system performance. All right, for the purpose of this live stream, I'm going to leave it at 1080p. Now, all of the other settings down here, like audio, I'm just going to leave on default because I already have my microphone mapped as my default device. But you can also go in and change these to whatever you want depending on your configuration. So if you have like USB headphones plugged in or a USB microphone, you can select those explicitly if they're not just working for you. Okay, so at this point, we are set up and ready to live stream. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop the preview, and now I'm going to click Start Streaming. And I am quite literally live streaming to my channel for this demo. All right, now down at the bottom of the screen, you see a little green square, and it says that I'm approaching about 3 megabit per second at 30 frames per second, and that box is green. That is perfect. That means that I have enough upstream bandwidth that I'm not dropping any packets, and everything is working perfectly. Live. All right, and I am now playing the game. Got my arrow keys here. On showing how to live stream using OBS. So this is a little bit weird, guys, and the stream's going to go offline. See, I'll go ahead and enable my webcam. The old version of OBS, you can only stream to one or the other at a time. Windows around here and create your own.
Alright everyone, my name's Adam Vox and welcome back to an OBS multi-platform or OBS Studio tutorial. As always, links to all of these videos will be in the playlist link in the description below, along with a lot of helpful links to a lot of helpful resources and other videos regarding OBS. My name's Vox and welcome to the journey. In this video, we're going to be checking out audio devices. This is going to be what you record with your audio. So again, we're going to return to this mixer down here in our interface, and I'm going to bring our window up a little bit so it's easier to look at. And this is our mixer. You're going to want to get acquainted with this window, which I covered in the first video in this series, so check out that link, but we'll cover it more in a minute. And your Windows audio settings as well. So to get that, find your speaker icon in your system tray down here on Windows, right-click it and go to Recording Devices or Playback Devices. It'll open the same menu that we need. Now this is going to show a list of the microphones and interfaces and things like that, as well as speakers that you have connected to your computer. Now for recording devices, most of you probably aren't going to have this many devices. Most of you are probably going to have one or two. It's going to be a microphone, and it's going to be like a webcam or a built-in microphone. Choose which one you're going to use. Here I have my webcam microphone. Here I have my audio interface with my professional microphone. Here I have another input. Here I have the microphone input on my sound card, etc. So, here webcam microphone. Now this is going to on here on Windows. So to get that, find your speaker icon in your system tray down here on Windows. Right-click it and go to Recording Devices or Playback Devices. It'll open the same menu that we need. Now this is going to show a list of the microphones and interfaces and things like that, as well as speakers that you have connected to your computer. Now for recording devices, most of you probably aren't going to have this many devices. Most of you are probably going to have one or two. It's going to have my audio interface with my professional microphone. Here I have another input. Here I have the microphone input on my sound card. Probably aren't going to have this many devices. So most of you are probably going to have one or two. Are you recording with my audio interface with my professional microphone? A professional Here I have another input, a USB microphone. USB devices. Here I have the microphone input on my sound card. Probably aren't going to have this many devices. Most of you are probably going to have one or two. Are you recording with my audio interface with my professional using a Blue Snowball or Blue Yeti? Here it's going to say Blue Yeti, underline in. If you're using a headset microphone, it's likely just going to be a microphone for either something like Realtek, high-tech, or high-definition audio, or your sound card. And that's going to want what you're going to want to look for in just a minute. Same thing with speakers. By default, your default should work, because what you have selected as your default in Windows is what you're going to hear out of. Something you want to look out for is in Windows your default communication device. With Skype or TeamSpeak or programs like that, it may be putting your chat out via your default communications device. If you want OBS to pick pick up these devices, you need to make sure that this is set to the same audio wave of whatever sound is running through them, some volume knobs to balance your audio, and then some mixer settings. If we click the gear next to mixer, you're presented through them in OBS. This is the mixer. It's going to show the audio devices you currently have selected, an audio wave of whatever sound is running through them, some volume knobs to balance your audio, and then some mixer settings. If we click the gear next to mixer, you're presented with a bigger, window of what you have going here in terms of volume and devices. Now, one thing I want to point out real quick is this down mix to mono option. If you're only getting microphone audio through the left or right speaker, this is because you have a mono microphone. There's nothing wrong with that, and most professional grade microphones are mono. Look at that, and then if you need to, audio. Your sample rate should be either 44.1 kilohertz or 48 kilohertz. In most cases, it's going to be 44.1. Open back up your recording devices and check out what you have in your microphone and stuff. So if I open up my interface here and go to properties and then advanced, you can see here it's 2-channel 44, so that's what I have selected. Audio devices. For your desktop audio device, it should be set to default for your game sound and things like that. Or as we mentioned previously, if you know a specific output that's happening that you want to capture, you can choose that here. Same thing with desktop audio device too. Let's say you have game out go into your default, you choose that as default, but you want Skype picked up as well. Well, we can go over here to speakers, which our Skype is going out of, or rather for me it's line out, and then we're picking up both line out and game sound. Boom, 2 different audio devices. Something people have been trying to figure out for OBS for a long time. Here you go, right there. Same thing with microphones. You want multiple microphones? Let's select that one for my key to top. A month. Ton. So be sure to follow us over on Twitch. And feel free to request whatever game you'd like to see. If you want to see us stream a game, we may very well stream.
Okay, so I'm going to show you guys how to record multi-track audio in OBS Studio. And the reason why you might want to do this is, say you're editing the videos that you've recorded in OBS, you might want to edit, process your microphone audio and your desktop audio separately, or maybe you want to raise the level of your microphone or lower the volume of your desktop audio or vice versa. And you can do that if you've recorded all your audio into one track. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to record multi-track audio, and then I'll show you how to get the audio out of the video into Audacity. So I'm going to open OBS Studio. This is just a fresh install. So what you see here is exactly what you'll see when you open up OBS for the first time. So you'll see in the corner here, this is my microphone. It's just the levels for me talking, and then there's also desktop audio. So I'll play some desktop audio in the background so you can see it moving. So you can see desktop audio moving when I play some music. Now, here's what you want to do. So you want to go into your toolbar under Edit and Advanced Audio Properties. And then you'll see your 2 audio sources here. And then on the very right, you'll see tracks. If you're using an older version of OBS, you might only see tracks 1, 2, 3, 4. But if you're using OBS Studio 17.0 and up, you'll see 6 audio tracks. Maybe in the future they might add more audio tracks, but for right now, there's 6 audio tracks. So how you would set this up is basically, you might say, okay, in track 1, I want to hear both my audio from my desktop and my microphone. So you'll check both these boxes. And then you might say, track 2, I only want to have my microphone. So just only have that selected. Then track 3, you'll say, oh, I just want my desktop audio. So just disable that. And then you can disable 4, 5, 6, and 6 because you're not using them. And then after that, you want to go to File in your toolbar and go Settings, and then go to Output. Now hopefully you've set your output mode to Advanced already, but if you haven't, just go ahead and do that real quick. And then go under Recording. And then again, you can see audio tracks 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So since we're recording on tracks 1, 2, and 3, just select those. And then you'll get this warning here. It says certain formats such as FLV do not support multi-tracks per recording. So what you want to do is you want to change this to either MP4 or MKV because these formats do support multi-track audio. I'm going to select MP4 though. But if you want to choose MKV, that's fine as well. And then press OK. So now, I'll change my output recording path first as well. So I'm just going to change this to my desktop real quick. Okay, so now I'm going to do a test recording. Okay, so this is a test recording of me talking with music playing in the background on another track. Okay, so the recording just popped up here. Let's just open it. Now, I pause it first, but if you right click and go to audio track, notice that there's 3 audio tracks here. So those are the tracks that we set in OBS. Okay, now out of your, and then you want to drag it onto the timeline.
Test, 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 test. Test, 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 test. Test, 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 test.